Friday version of the breakfast show. And it's to say welcome to you. Welcome on board another edition. It is the 9th of April. And I believe you had a very good night. Just keep your dial here. Got a lot of goodies coming your way. Just want to say good morning and welcome. I just want to believe that you had the very best of the night. It's Friday, something about Friday. I don't know about you, but it appears to be one of my favorite days of the week. It actually becomes so fantastic, especially when you're not working the next day. That is actually the weekend. All right, if you've got your dial here, this is actually GN Radio. And as usual, it's my pleasure to host you from 9 till about 9 o'clock. Manya will be taking over with the legal issues, about the current updates about things happening, about your legality and your means to live in this country legally. Morning to all of you. And I want to thank you for keeping your dials here. Good morning and stay tuned. Right, I want to say good morning to my technical producer, Big Joe, and all the members of the house, on and on. Right now until about evening, where we draw curtain on the day's events. Yesterday we talked about so many things. And would want us to continue because it looks as if the center stage of the topics that had to do with crime took all the issue of the time. Okay, for those of you watching on the listening to the mainstream radio, we've also got another option on the Facebook. That is all lovers and loyals of the GN radio. Now I'm trying to give you before I bring you the update or where we've gotten to the status quo of the incident that happened over this week concerning the boy who was murdered by these two young colleagues of him. The boy has actually been buried according to the Muslim laws. You know, they don't keep a dead body overnight, and they don't keep it beyond a night, and so the boy is buried. The reason we're not going to talk much about that is simply because, we have other issues which I believe, sir, we can talk about, which I outlined the last time. But I've got a very current issue about Nigeria. I think it's been around for a day or two, about prisoners, almost 1,800 people, going out of breaking jail and then back into the country. And we assume that this would cause a lot of crime the more, because these people are held behind bars simply because of perhaps their attitude or lifestyle that couldn't give the country peace of mind. And so we'll be looking at that. Hopefully, if I should get my correspondent in Nigeria, be updating you about that as well. But meantime, we've got the news of the weather and the transport news coming your way. Good stuff. I've got a gentleman, one of the topmost journalists in this country, who's going to be updating us about UK news, at least once on either Friday or Thursday. And so, just to update you that as well. Okay, so I've got a message saying, Dr. Morton, I'm very happy you bring in the rest of the topic. They're quite a lot because we wanted to take each one by one, but we had to do a bit of interview concerning Postman Eric, a namesake of mine, who also had an encounter with the armed robberies. robbers in Ghana. So we had to actually interview him. Right, so the mainstream has gone off because we have to go for a commercial break, but still you're live on Facebook, and then you can still stay and let's talk about yesterday's events. We couldn't finish, but today we continuing with the rest of the issue that I raised. In America, okay, so Nelson say, I'm very tired today, that I am not available today to. This is a communication member of the NCPP who said he's not available today to join us. But whichever way, at least I hope I could get his contemporary Nana Bobu, who is also the NCPP, to also join us. Should he be available, at least to update us about what CPP is all about. And so over the week, we had a lot of people talking about the weather, that it was actually going to snow, but we only had a bit of snowflakes, but we only hoping that the weather is actually going to be good, because Charlie, if you look at a lot of people who are very much looking forward to make sure or looking forward for the coronavirus gone. It will amaze you. The thing is, with my issue of the COVID passports that seems to be coming, that apparently you'll be acting just like passports, but I think the only thing that you can do is travel with it as just the main passport. But okay, so the tube line says Hammersmith and City has minor delays. You have London Overground reduced service, TfL Rail had part closure. You have Waterloo and City has planned closure. You have Bakerloo had good service. Central Circle District, Jubilee Metropolitan Line, Northern Piccadilly, Victoria, DLR, and the tram all are doing very well. So when you're traveling, I don't think you have any problem at all.
You are listening to GN Radio UK.
Okay, Hakim say, good morning, Dr. Morton. I am with you live, and Khaled, because I couldn't have time to listen to you yesterday. Now, for those of you, I've decided to continue yesterday's program because I'll keep getting messages this morning. Say when this morning is a continuation of yesterday's program. Okay, so those who couldn't have the time to listen to us yesterday, let me go over the topics again. I believe that at least for those who listened to us, kudos, this is representative of some of the stories because we couldn't get all. We had talked about Democratic Republic of Congo records the highest levels of hunger. Okay, Mr. Kofi Ali says, what time do you want me to call it in? I know that Kofi Ali has a way he sees, I don't know, anyway, let me keep that to myself. But I think from half 8, we can talk much because we have a lot of issues. I believe the rest of them will interest quite a few elite and intelligentsia people who I believe that okay, so 8, let's say 8:15 would be the rest because I've got Manyati who would be here also to talk about the legal issues, which I believe that is going to help our dear Ghanaians and other nationals who are also be looking at what's happening in the country. But as I talked about, let me go over the topic here. The Democratic Republic of Congo records the highest levels of hunger, UN. But Big Joe, thank you very much for that correction. The cloth that I wrote, I think it's cloth. That's a blunder under the mistake that I made. But and then 2, we have can Lauren Gbagbo return to Ivory Coast? The current high speed of crime in Ghana gives the general feeling of insecurity, seemingly a defenseless catastrophe, as the victim narrates says a deal. We have Nigeria. Okay, let me just take this up.
Adentina wabemu yebui na uire piana se osoro taiwechi wejuma semnyimo wawari semnyimo akwentio musemi kaise nyame kawo eye wachi na trewu se uye ankunam nasu ante
Okay. Sorry, I keep getting calls into the program. So as I said, can Lauren Gbagbo return to Ivory Coast, the current high speed of crime in Ghana? Nigeria graduates, this is what's happening, a hand-to-mouth kind of lifestyle or syndrome in Nigeria. And then we have COVID passport, will it make any difference at all? And then we have blood clots, a rare side effect of the AstraZeneca. Okay, so these are the topics we're going to talk about. We're live on air. I believe that a lot of people couldn't have access to talking about this. But let me give you this bit of announcement. I said an effective vaccine is an important step forward in a fight against the current virus. Now, vaccines are only made available after they have met the strict safety and effectiveness criteria set up by the vaccine acid weaken or inactivated as cannot cause the disease, but works by teaching your body how to fight COVID-19 by different groups of people. So trials have already taken place on the large, diverse group of volunteers, approximately 30,000 people. Now, for more information, including the known allergies and ingredients, visit NHS UK/COVID -vaccination. It is reassuring that now in UK we have started the COVID vaccination program. This is a big step forward in a fight against the coronavirus, our best way to protect the very vulnerable. The vaccine teaches our body how to fight COVID-19 by producing antibodies. It's much safer and more effective than treating the disease. Now, the vaccines are only ever released for use once they have been approved by the MHRA, the UK's independent medicines regulator. Full information is now published, including known allergies or ingredients that are important for certain faith, cultures, and beliefs. You can visit nhs.uk/COVID vaccination. Now, I really want you to all know how important the vaccines are in the fight against COVID-19. Vaccine, our best of defense against many diseases, have saved many lives over the years, and our best defense going forward. I know that some of you may be concerned because of the speed at which the COVID vaccines have been developed. This has been possible due to a global collaboration with a sufficient support and funds being made available to our scientists and medical professionals. Now, the UK has one of the most rigorous testing criteria independent medicine regulators in the world. Now, the MHRA, no vaccine is released until it has the seal of approval for information, including allergens and ingredients. Okay, end of the announcements. It's about 8:15, and about 50 minutes as I open the phone lines, and then we can take it from there. Okay, now before I open the phone lines, I would want to go over the topic again because it's a lot. Atekwaban, good morning. My mom, who have so much passionate for when it comes to talking about political issues. I want to say good morning to Auntie Badu, Mam Badu, who's also listening to me, Mana, my auntie. And then on Facebook, let me read some few messages that I seems to be getting on Facebook. Okay, so all right, let's go to some of the messages I'm getting privately here in the studio. Now, I said Cote d'Ivoire. This is a French guy. He sends me this message in French. He say, Lauren Gbagbo, I don't think we'll try to come to Cote d'Ivoire because the tension, I bet, is still high or can rise again. What about Magufuli, who we lost not too long ago? His interim taken over by his wife currently. And then we'll be looking at who comes next after him, his policies, how it's going to be like as well. But I read about the power shortages in Ghana, power outages in Ghana, as the doom saw getting very, not getting as bad as it was during the NDC time. This is the argument. Now, you remember Tony Blair, when Tony Blair accused of Gordon Brown, when Tony Blair, let me give you a bit of the UK history during Tony Blair and then Gordon Brown's days. When Gordon Brown took over from, David Cameron took over, he was telling, anytime he's asked of something they couldn't do, normally accused of Tony Blair not doing it as well. You see, when you're not very sure of the administration when you're getting into, it's not going to be a blame game. It's not going to be who apportions blame. It's about knowing how it felt like before you got in. And so I don't believe in people who said to me, our previous or our predecessors couldn't do the job. So it is something that if you can't do it, you don't venture into coming to vie for the position at all. I don't know if you get my point. So your previous government, it's all bad binary, you're coming into government, and then you think that you're coming in as a result of your current or the incumbent government is not doing very well. I don't expect you to vie or to what's the word, to compete for the election at all, because it's not something you can do. So if you don't have anything to offer the state, or you don't have any content of your governance, you don't venture into getting into politics at all. Now, let's see young guys of today get into politics one way or the other, if not for gain reasons, then it's a mere fact that it becomes like some sort of nepotism or some family he knows there as people tag the Akufo-Addo government as it is. But I'm going to get my guest around those I have standby who seems to be very interested in these area of the topics that's actually raised on. Okay, so Mami Way, Cecilia Marfo, a very controversial lady whose way of the spiritual affairs gets beyond unimaginably understanding. Sometimes he can take mic from you just at the expense of when you're hosting a program, or sometimes he can slap or just when him Cecilia Marfo, sabi Tunein na nsem bi ha yana ye we kakra. And I'll pay Mahama, John Dramani Mahama, the ex-president, about, well, I don't know whether to term it as ex-president, but I know, sir, he makes very controversial statement. Let me get my producer to see if he can play this for me, and then we look at what he has. He said, you will be wasting your time if you decide to contest Mahama. I don't know who said that, but this is something lawyer tells. Okay, so let's see if my producer can do that. But let me go for a big commercial break, and when I come back, we will look at that. Okay, Big Joe, my technical producer, who seems to be monitoring the program. Big Joe needs some kudos. Been doing very well. He stays up just for the interest of the program. Make sure it runs very well. Mahama, as far as I'm concerned, John Dramani Mahama is very much a high ranking, even if he's not being, even if he did not become the flag bearer on the number of occasions which he's run the affairs of the NDC as the flag bearer of the country. I believe that people would have still considered him to be the most effective person who would have led the NDC to victory, though they had the Kospio Gabras and the likes of them. But you remember Tony Edu, remember Obeda Samoa, you remember Chachu Chikata, who just finished their law proceedings, and then unfortunately they lost the case in court. But let him play this, and let's look at how people of the NDC, the loyals or whoever believe in Mahama, look at the fact that nobody can contest him. All they have to do is actually to wait until he comes to power. Oh dear. Okay, so let me see. Get ready for this, and then we can play this.
On UK's finest.
FM 104.3. Who Tunein target?
Okay, so I'm going to get the story is going to be played now.
Say, my panda that no more ding. A brew ho, that's what so be kwa. Minya, o kofa former o how
na say me can say mo ye Democratic Party
ana me so kofa democracy e beto aba o ye ka so no po ba kofa
ana mo ma ada eyifo ni nyina level playing ground
constitution wo kofa
na mo ye national officer mo kasama party no we ti si mo de mo obi an contest no
de me kan enya so obi an contest no me kan so me say o ba o ha ho efi say wono na ye nya gidie onu Ghana fo nya gidie wonu mu obi an e se apratiti enya yie dan so hwa abato na wo se tutu ansampo na bebo atimi declare it tells you say abato na eba no hwen say de sikoye nyina na Ghana for NDC nanso noma bi ene fire ni so na sisi anu so yenso ye hu noma bi nti o say minya wa meye o say matia madam see 2024 de NDC en kokot bia ye wene one touch en nipa o de ye be kwa akogye sa atumi na ba eye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ade da ho
entina mo pam Haruna reduce of parliament
oh there be Haruna reduce nim
so unim ba sa otuwe unim say mo pese mo sesa Haruna reduce as minority leader
me pa cho enye nokre ye general secretary matise say ye be ensesam na otie ni nsem wo say ade wo ho mfie na bi to ba wie ye entrese ye sesa wo mo ye sa timi mo mande so ye san se mo nto
general secretary ka se mo be sesa mo leadership
waka but o kire mu say ye to ba bi awia ye san hye wo mu dumadie mu
eti next change bi e baba no so who say Haruna Idrisu has been changed as the minority leader man nya wo ho
si asesa na ade wo ho nya onu kwa na dika metima bobo
agenda na to
metima bobo wo ma abeye dumadie ya asesa wo mu bebre but ade ase enti yesre
la
NDC fu eti enye no kreda Haruna Idrisu honorable odo party no onim se ba bia dru no tumi ne nyina yepe nyina ye boa aprema NDC aba power opposition we ne
doesn't mean say Haruna ba muntimi nko power na
me say ba bia dru no obi anim no kre say nipa for now we popular party ne mu His Excellency John Dramani Mahama
sir
ade da ho na do da kwa Akufo-Addo ene president excellency ene ne vice His Excellency Dr Bawumia o magina o makoma nan yo sa manfo enimza President Mahama wakomiensa enti President Akufo-Addo in 2016 ade ba akwa ebo ano obu okro first time voter to that say oh papa akwa abreye man nko ade wo ho
ono no ni bi da
o ano de ansesa hwe o
ansesa hwe pa
se wadi bi na ansesa hwe 9 mamukra enti president mama miensa no akona na do akona enti no yemfa ne nko because 2 minutes epe around the day constitution ma ho kwa say otimi gina sanka otimi nyina de a na nke case ne mo no kra wakwa waba na wo san ba no oba be ye adwuma ni ye mpanin say
mate
ukodwa mienu ana eden hu de ba yesi a waba wakotena kire
ene ko waba so anye ye ka mo bi fufro so kwai
no de ba 2020 hwe ne sisi ode beto abonten so na tumu se mo hwam yi aga na fo agitumu ye na enim de si a amani NDC santi opposition na so no nana anida so ma NDC ni bia ba bia wotie se nda so enye no kre
ma me kan o de o ma dwenkyera ba no.
All right, Big Joe. Okay, Big Joe. I want to thank Big Joe very much. Yeah, thank you very, very much. Nah. Okay, so I'm going to add this to today's topic, which just prompted me. A question that says Akufo-Addo has nothing to offer for borrowing 140 billion in 4 years. Mahama said this, and then you can hear this. Okay, so I'm going to open the phone lines so that we can start off with talking, because I know there's a lot of standby on these issues. Okay, I was going to get. Okay, I've got Mr. Boise Akon also of the NPP. And the baby has so many standbys. Now, the issue are so sensitive. If you look at the power outages and then you look at borrowing as another very interesting topic that I have. And so I'm going to get Mr. Boise Akon to help us with his submission. I believe he's standing in today for us. But okay, Yantirium Kakra, so that I can take time to open the full lines. Okay, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. How are you, sir?
I'm very well. And you?
Very well, thank you, sir. May I know, I know who is speaking, but may I know you to introduce yourself on the show, please?
Yeah, this is Nanaya Bobu.
This is Mr. Nanaya Bobu. Where have you been? This is Okusia area. Over Dampacho, Okosha Infa. Where have you been? Okay. Oh, yes. Now, first of all, I am very pleased to have you back on the show because you've left us unnoticed. I mean, with the fact that we've not seen you for some time, we've not heard from you for some time. We feel, you've left us alone.
Oh,
okay, now I don't want to talk about how you still affiliate, whether you affiliate with the CPP or not. Leave that for me. But so far, you have an idea what is happening on this thing. How do you call it? With the CPP, or if you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But I
can talk a little bit about it.
Okay,
I mean,
that's
basically,
fine.
the CPP is being manipulated.
I've got Mackenzie. Hello, good morning, Mackenzie. Are you there, please?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I've got Mackenzie on the other lines. Today I have so many people on the line, and I don't know. I think we're going to need 7 phones. Could you hold on? I've got Mr. Nanaya Bobu, a sympathizer of the. I don't know what they call it, an old.
I'm an Nkrumahist.
Okay, he's an Nkrumahist. You want to talk about? First of all, I want to start off him with the CPP, and then I'll come back to the rest of it. If you want to hold on for me, Mackenzie, please. Nanaya, so what is happening with the Nkrumahist and the vision and anything that should interest my listeners?
I'll say, unfortunately, with the Nkrumahist grouping, they've been infiltrated by the NPP and the NDC who manipulate who leads the party. So eventually, when we go for Congress, they will push their candidates with money and everything to take over, and then they just make the party go to sleep because they know the power of the Nkrumahist groupings, and because of that, they've made Nkrophobia chichemu amana party na a week and we hope to say one day those people will be removed, and the true Nkrumahs will come up and fight these two parties. Because under the Fourth Republic, what can we really say with pride? Ghana,
no, she's still sleeping.
Achieve because.
Mackenzie, I can hear you at the background. You want to hold on till you finish, please? Can you mute your... Okay, yeah, go on.
Yeah, I mean, for nearly 30 years now, can we Ghanaians say we are happy about what is going on in our country? I mean, look at the crime rate, the unemployment rate, the poverty rate, the destruction of our river bodies and our land resources. I mean, I've been doing my own private researches via a satellite, Google Earth. And if you look at the damage that is being caused by Galamsey, I mean, you can't believe that we've got leadership in the country. Because, look, looking at gold, at the moment, Ghana is the leading producer of gold in the whole of Africa and the 7th in the whole world. But how much is this gold benefiting the country? You see, the destruction being caused by these Galamsey people at the moment, it is not worth it. Because Ghana is basically an agricultural country. Agriculture gives us more in GDP than gold, even though we are the 7th in the world and the 1st in Africa.
Yes, I'm listening, sir. Are you there, Nana? I hope I've not lost you. Oh, No. Okay, I think I've lost Nana. Mackenzie, you're live on air, please. You want to, when I'm done, then I can call the other members. The line is just too busy. Could you be quick for me, please?
Yeah, I think I want to talk about the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Okay.
Yeah, and when you look at the situation there, it tells you how weak some of the...
hello, I think Nanel is back. Hello?
Hello, the line dropped.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Mackenzie. Hold on. Nanel is back again. Nanel, can you go on, please?
Inti, I decided to...
Oh, no. Nanel, I fear we're being back and forth, no? You can't be back and forth with us like that, too. Mackenzie, sorry. Nanel is going again. Yeah. Go on.
Yeah, I think the issue about...
What interests you is the Democratic Republic of Congo issue, yeah? The hunger.
Yeah, the hunger. It's really shocking because when you look at the situation there, it means there's a mischief going on. And this is what is happening to so many African communities.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the earlier the AU start to address this issue about protecting the indigenous people at a particular community, for them not to face it. Yeah, the AU can be viable when all tribes are recognized. Because the dictionary tells us that tribes are nations. They have their way of doing things. But now we have been put together with a common one, the issue about a country. And it's not helping other tribes.
Yeah.
It's rather, it's also that if the AU is not able to recognize the tribes, Africa will not get anywhere and will continue to go down, because even within our own African terrain, other tribes want to submerge other tribes or want to undermine other tribes. So the issue, so it's cutting across everywhere, not only in Democratic Republic of Congo, but also in Ghana. You know what is going on. Other languages are being excluded in the curriculum or saying lack of teachers. But it is not true. It is not true. It's a transfer of those people out of their own territory. So we are coming to the stage whereby everyone wants to develop his tribe. So you can't send me out of my tribe. If you have a radio station that want to speak Twi, send it to the Twi area, because we want to develop your people. That's the stage we have reached now. So the issue about a country, the mistake came from the Europeans. Because we all know our territory, and we were trading, we were doing everything. Everybody knows.
Hello, good morning. Mackenzie, hold on. I've got somebody else on the line. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, it's me, Nanel.
Oh, Nanel. Nanel. Because I think as a punishment for leaving us for quite too long. Okay, so Nanel, we'll be offline. I don't want to cut him, but what do you take here? You see, I've got about 10 people on the line who seems to be very interested in today's topic. Okay, Mackenzie, can you land so that I pick?
Yeah. So I think I'll just make it brief.
Yes.
Yeah.
Please.
So this is the problem. Yeah, the underlying factor is the recognition of the tribes, and also ensuring that examples like I have given you, a slight example with Ghana.
Okay.
I don't believe the Union of Ghana is solid. It's not solid. Some people have taken sides, and so that is why you see other things. Yeah. Look at the Accra area. The whole place, Western region, when they plant cassava, it doesn't come as a starch cassava.
Okay.
So what is going on? The land is being destroyed. Everything is going, the water, the rivers and everything is being destroyed just because of what? The Union of Ghana. But when there wasn't Union of Ghana and we have our territories,
before I say anything, Mackenzie Golightly, as one of the active members of the Gandangme Association, who seems to be very much active in the Ga community, and I'd like to say kudos to that, sir. You can go on, sir.
Yeah, I think I will land here, but the recognition of the tribes must be the bottom line of everything that is happening in Africa.
Okay.
If they don't recognize the tribes, they should forget it.
Okay, so I've got Mr. Ted Kofi at the background. I've got Mr. Kofi Ali. I've got quite a few men, very giants on the studio. Thank you very much, Mackenzie. Nanaya, you're live on air. You can proceed, please.
Okay, let me be fast before your line disconnects.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I was saying, you see, we've allowed Galamsey, which is giving us less than 5% in GDP, to destroy agriculture and fishing, which is giving us over 30% of our GDP. Why am I saying that? If you look at satellite pictures via Google Earth, you realize that, Charlie, the destruction that is being done around the country is unimaginable.
Okay.
You see, at the moment, I can say that from the pictures I've looked at, about 85% of our river bodies across the country are destroyed. They are fully polluted from its source to its basin, into the sea or wherever. Rivers like Ankobra, Pra, Densu, Ayensu, Birim, and even the Volta is being destroyed. At the moment, the black Volta and the white Volta are totally destroyed. Okay. So coming downstream, where they join...
Okay, Nana, hold on. Good morning, Mr. Tets. Are you also on the line, please? Hello? Good morning, Mr. Tets. Are you on the line, please? Hello? Mr. Kofi, can you hear me? Hello, Mr. Kofi. Can you hear me, please? Good morning, Mr. Ted Kofi. Are you there? Okay. I can hear you, Mr. Kofi. Okay, Mr. Ted Kofi, can you hear Nana Abuabu speaking, please? 1 minute. Hello? Okay, Nana, go on, please. I don't think you can hear me.
So what I'm basically trying to say is that Galamsey is destroying livelihoods. Most of these major rivers in Ghana used to have fishermen working on it. Now, due to Galamsey activities, all the aquatic lives in our major rivers are dead. So all these fishermen who were fishing on these rivers and Cobra, Pra, Brim, and all those places now can't fish. So their livelihoods are being destroyed. Now people's farms are being destroyed. People's cocoa farms and all those. I mean, I saw a video where this guy went to his farm one day and some Chinese people have just uprooted all his cocoa farm in the western region. I mean, Seshi area, so on.
Okay.
Seshi Wasa area, oh baby.
Okay.
And
oh dear. Okay, I think the line is jammed. So at the end of the day, that's why perhaps I'm getting all these problems. But we'll see how it goes. I don't seem to know why the line keep cutting just in the middle of the communication. But let's see if I can get Mr. Ted Kofi back again as I'm trying to get hold of him. But now you can try and then call back again. Okay, yeah, I've got... Hello,
Nana again.
Yeah, Nana. Okay. Can you hear me, Mr. Ted Kofi? Okay, Mr. Ted Kofi says he can hear me live. Okay, Nanel, when you finish, then Mr. Ted Kofi, please stand on the line. Nanel, go on.
Okay, so let me be quick. Okay. So, I mean, people's farms are being destroyed. And these farms are farms that people have lived off most of their lives. Imagine so be cocoa farmer every year, this kakakra breno. Then one day obekonona in Crawford the Galamsey go to 2 aseno. So livelihoods are being destroyed in the country. Farmers, fishermen, and now even water for domestic use is a problem because all the rivers are destroyed. They are polluted with mercury and other chemicals. And to me, they don't have any water to use, but they are being forced to use these waters. So, yeah, think right now. We don't see some of these problems. But go to the rural areas. They don't have a choice but to use these polluted rivers, and it is causing diseases. So apart from some livelihood are being destroyed, diseases are also springing up along these communities. And crime is also springing around there because they say, so most of them are getting involved in crime, armed robbery, and whatnot. So, and the sad thing is, in crisis Ghana, betting is now the thing of the day. And if you know betting causes addiction, right? Okay. And a lot of young people are the ones who are involved in these betting activities. And the betting activities are organized by foreigners, mostly Chinese. Okay. Why do we sit down in a country for people to okay. So who say insuring in Namhanom? Namkre won't see no kochia license now they are kochi. Yeah. Why do we allow foreigners and some few Ghanaians to destroy our rivers, our aquatic life? And namnia dia yewino in crasi for no motiche wo nsuo num se se omo nya bi nwe nsuo ni so ye begu punum no so eno so ya pollute no eno so ku emboa no wo your friends say afio.
Okay, Nana, you have 3 minutes to wrap it up, please. You've got a lot of people on the line. Yes. Yeah,
so basically what I'm trying to say is ya buy na was no on take this Galamsey issue serious. Okay. If we want to stop Galamsey, we can do it in 1 week with the Ghana Armed Forces.
Okay, 2 topics, Nanel. You've got the power outage in Ghana, and then the borrowing issue is swallowing Ghanaians.
Yeah, power
what
outage.
Is happening?
The
doomsday
power outage. Let me tell you something. The first doomsday situation, the then government decided to solve it by increasing our generation capacity. Okay. So we in the country, we were using under 3,000 megawatts. Okay. Now the capacity was increased to over 6,000. Okay. At the moment we go over 6,000. Right. Now between 2016 and 2018, what was supposed to have been done was that they were supposed to have built new systems to incorporate the generation capacity, right, and even export the excess power. Now, for whatever reason, this NPP government decided to abandon these projects and did not pay attention to them. And that is what we are seeing now. Okay. Look, I was in Ghana in 2018. I went round to Kwon Dam and Akosombo Dam for a visit with some friends. I've got a friend who worked there. And he told me that at that time, we were wasting over $20 to $40 million a month for excess power. The reason for the wastage was that we were supposed to be exporting the excess power to the neighboring countries, Burkina, Mali, Niger, Togo, even to Nigeria. Okay. But because the connectivity lines had not been done, we couldn't transport them. Okay. Because we have to connect Abino. Say your friends and IPPs have come in to install the generation capacity. Okay. Abino the Abino also be connected high tension wires to connect the light that is generated to where it is needed, including exporting them. That one was what the project that should have been finished by 2018 that were abandoned at 20.
Oh no. Okay, can you hear me, Mr. Tet? Mr. Tet Kofi, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Tet Kofi.
I'm here.
Yes, I've been struggling with trying to get to you. I don't know what's happening with the line this morning. You're live on air, and then you must have read through the topics that I sent to you earlier. Is that
yes, I've seen them. Okay, yeah. So I'm good to go. I've heard most of what you've been discussing in the studio as well.
Okay, that's fine. Let's look at ones that really comes up to your neck.
Okay. What, you want me to choose?
Yes, please. You can talk about any.
Okay. Yeah. You see, I tell you what, there is a commonality in the comments that have been made, certainly in the stuff that I've heard this morning. Right. People are talking about democratization, people are talking about kind of tribal usurpation, and so on and so forth. And really, as far as I'm concerned, everything boils down to 2 things. 1, the quality of our political classes. That is the commonality to all of these stories. In the Ivory Coast, you got the situation where Laurent Gbagbo has been cleared to go back to his country.
Ivory Coast.
If he goes back, yes, Ivory Coast. Now, if he goes back, he's actually got a 20-year sentence in absentia for looting a local bank during the disturbances which led to his incarceration up at The Hague. That's the first thing. Second thing is the person who is apparently graciously allowing him back, Ouattara, into the country, has just extended from a 2-term into a 3-term government. So it's like the pot calling the kettle black. You know, everybody seems to have a crime on their hands. And this goes to, for me, the mentality of those we call the political classes.
Yes.
And you know what? Ivory Coast, I don't want to blame anybody. I don't want to blame Ghana. I don't want to blame Ivory Coast. I don't want to blame the Congo, which is the next thing I'm coming to. Is that they all have a similar mentality. It is one which is not working for the people of their country. I'll tell you a couple of things that immediately leap out. The first thing, when we talk about tribe, the word tribe was a misnomer used by the British to subsume African kingdoms beneath the British crown. So you make them lesser than they are so that they can all look up to the, you know, it was Victoria back in the day, the empress or the queen of the entire edifice. Whereas in actual fact, these are all sovereign peoples. So if we've been kind of brainwashed into accepting ourselves as tribesmen, you know, it is very easy for people to forget the fact that you do not roll over somebody else's land. It is the most grave insult of all. Now, I'm half Akan, half Gardangbe. You know, I absolutely respect the right to be Akan. To speak Akan languages, I absolutely support the right of the Gardangbe to have their languages recognized. You see, but all of this is something that's supposed to be worked out by the political class. And to me, Eric, you see, everything hinges on what this is my own construct. I call it the PP ratio.
Oh dear.
The PP ratio.
Tell me.
The PP ratio. The first P is policy. The second P is politics.
Yeah.
You know, the whole of our system should be 80% policy, 20% policy. But in Africa now, it is 80% politics, 20% policy. Meaning that the whole of the political edifice depends on a system of horse trading and the sharing of spoil. Not the policy that on which things are being fought.
Okay.
To make it worse, the people who come along and vote are not demanding a look at the policy. Look, if you're asking me now, in Ghana, I know the NDC is supposed to be left of center. I know the NPP is supposed to be right of center, and so on and so forth. I can't put a cigarette paper between the two parties. The policies, if you ask average Ghanaian, what does NDC stand for? The ruling party stand for, they can't tell you. All they can talk about are the personalities that are involved. That's not politics. That's what I call football supporter politics. You know, where if I support Man U, you know, when Roy Keane does something wrong, I say, oh, I didn't see that. I mean, I have to wait for the replay to check it out. But the guy's clearly broken the rule. You can do that in football, but you can't do it in politics.
You talk very fondly about Roy Keane. It must be your favorite player.
Oh, those were the halcyon days of United. Please forgive me. Nobody's perfect. And this is a guilty pleasure of mine. So if your listeners are Arsenal and Liverpool fans, gentlemen, ladies, please forgive me.
Right, that's fine. You want to summarize that? Because I've got a few people online who also want to contribute to today's program, please.
Okay, so that's it. I mean, the whole thing is the question of Congo, singly the most wealthy nation on planet Earth.
Right.
Also singly the most ravaged nation on planet Earth, with now hunger rearing its ugly head. It's wrong. And it's all because the political classes, are still doing the bidding of their globalist masters outside somewhere. They're not doing anything. The Congolese, we should be going to the Congolese for loans. We should be begging the Congolese to come and invest in our country. But look at where they are.
Oh, dear.
So that's where we are. Political classes. The political classes need to make politics about policy.
Yes. You're still on, Mr. Kofi. Oh. Yes, you're still live on air. I'm saying, if you want to wrap it up, it's 9 o'clock now. I've got other callers.
That's it.
So.
I'm done.
All right.
That's it. I'm done.
Thank you very much.
I didn't want to keep whispering on.
Thank you very much for your submission. Thank you, Mr. Ted Kofi.
My pleasure.
You
Cheers.
have a
Bye.
good weekend. Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Okay, so you just had Mr. Ted Kofi on the line, who also said he described the nature of politics, especially in Africa, and then he thought we're swaying from the meaning of politics in Ghana. Okay, so I'm trying to get Mr. Boisiako on the show as one of the MPP communication members, who is also seems to be hello, Mr. Boisiako.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Mepacho, how are you?
Well, I'm in your crowd.
Well, I can hear you live and clear. So, Timinka, maybe I'm talking about Mepacho Timinka. Okay, that's fine. First of all, I'd like to say thank you very much for coming on the show. Hello? Yes, Mr. what's your Pacho? Otiminka. Hello? Oh dear. Hello? Pacho, Otiminka.
I
think so we could have managed this. I had a frame in. Pacho, I need a frame in, Pacho.
Okay.
All right. I think the line is jammed and there's so many calls coming in. So let me see. Okay, that's fine. I'm sorry, he called my line, but let me get him. Yes, Mepacho Otemeka, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I'm talking.
Okay, so Mepacho, topics. Say if you read any of them, apart from Enediano, which unfortunately we couldn't get any of your members to be on a show. So I thought you could perfectly be on a show. Now the current issue in Ghana, apart from the crime, that seems to be the two Kaswa young men who murdered their colleague over some spiritualist or something. No, there's a power outage that seems to be swallowing, gradually coming to some sort of stability, if you want. And then we've got the borrowing, which Mr. Boafo, I've forgotten what his name is, of the seems to be concerned. Ghana borrowing, and then it's getting to skyrocketing. What do you make of this, please?
Borrow in the matter, I'm starting to it's a say borrow more because
that was about you.
Yes, we can say borrow more. We are in a dangerous situation now. Not only in Ghana, the whole world. If you have somebody just say I know them. Matter on my say be also in fact obia e produce nyama ni power bonten o mo tade e no na ba no so o tade na onya tax e wo so no onya no da o da nyama e no man go so sa e wi ase nyina abucha se kwa de so o ni musume wo ni o mo piem kwa bonten kwa no ko ye juma So the government is losing money. UK has borrowed over 250 billion.
Jesus.
So I say America has borrowed over $3 trillion. Dollars. So I say, I don't think when a situation like this, you know, okay, you know, you have to take some harsh decisions like this to bring things to normalcy. I believe that Ghana, like Ghana before I said, that the only thing that you know the leadership cannot do is to bring people back to life after they have died. But bringing the economy back to, you know, normalcy is skills and knowledge, and that we can do that. So if we have to take some measures, some decisions to borrow money or things like that to smoothen things or make things work whilst we're in this pandemic, I think it's normal. And Lincoln for anything, because Canada, and I'm the Okadia or Yati, fish for Tomo,
is an issue of beyond control.
It's an issue. I don't know whether politics need. I mean, I don't see why anybody should make politics about the borrowing today.
NPP was also on the neck of the NDC when the doomsday took off.
That is when the condition, when everything was equal. We're not talking about today. Today, Ghana had one of the best, you know, economies for the past 4 years until we got into the COVID. So even with the COVID, the Ghana's the currency is one of the best in the whole of Africa, according to you know UK Financial Times report. So if not because of this. Ghana will be, you know, be moving forward.
So, Nipa, our friend, no, hold on, Mr. Boyce. Hello, who's this, please? Hello? Yeah, hello? Could you hear me? Pacho one and Kosa. What do you me also online?
Yeah. So that is what I would say about that. And then I think that the government should take a drastic decision on this you know, TV adverts going on. Once a baby they are not too many about appetite advert and and measures you cannot do any advert like that until after 9 o'clock or something like that. So that's it. So we need to start making noise about these TV stations that are making live programs and asking people to call in and telling them that they're going to multiply and quadruple and give them 100% of whichever money they give them. Look, if number one was arrested for duping Ghanaians financially, the only team is very different from what number one used to do. So until we cannot take measures to stop them. Television is for education, entertainment, and stuff like that. Not to allow people to use it to keep people like that. You know, definitely if you allow them to continue every day, there will be, people, innocent people who fall victim.
And so, from what you're saying, it appears as if the media also has to look at what they outline on the.
Doc, go to Ghana and sit behind your TV and scroll down. About out of 150 stations that you will see, and yet a software station, a comfort station. What kind of country is it?
In Rabamo Sisimo, and I'll be.
And the Ghana, the Indian plan, or so be as is new. I said, so Ghana, and the Bama be as is new. I go to be a Indian plan. Oh, and then Ma, what about who can I see? I see, the need to.
As some young watcher, Natalia Kakra.
No, we are almost news. And my name to be Kano Masachona. I didn't know, I didn't watch them and this news time. They can use 20 minutes for adverts. You look at the obvious.
Areho.
What kind of country is this?
I don't know.
What kind of country is this?
Oh, 2 minutes. With me wrapping up. I'll be aligned on some patch.
Right. So that is it. And the issue with the energy or power supply now is facing this year. You see, Ghana, you have a problem with our technocrats and people that we put in place to advise and point to the right direction so that we do things rightly. They are not helping us.
Oh dear.
So, you see, when there is an issue, we are so quick to fix it instead of finding a lasting solution. We want to fix it, and because we find only solutions, we fix issues, we don't find solutions. The same problems, they compound and they begin to show up in different forms, and that is what we're saying now.
Okay.
When we happen to have issue with the power for about 5 years,
okay,
the concentration was to find solution to generation capacity, which the government managed. We all put our voice in, and we managed to have enough installed capacity, which even up to today we are having excess capacity. But the issue shouldn't have been there. They should have considered the transmission capacity and distribution capacities as well.
That's zero entirely.
The whole of, but you see, when the essence of power generation and transmitting it to a long distance, when you want to transmit power to a long distance, you have to consider the voltage level. If you transmit to a long distance at a medium voltage, by the time you get to the long distance, all the voltage would have been dropped, lost on the way. So when you, by the time you go to maybe our person, you could do the high voltage. Now drop it on the way.
Okay.
Now you're going to struggle. So this is a very serious issue. You're going to need a longer period for me to explain this, but I'll leave you to continue with your program.
One of these days you have to come down so we can have a chat on the show. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, then. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye. You coming? Thank you. Have a good day, sir. Okay. Right. So I've got another caller. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Boo. And then the hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Me pacho a year WhatsApp line or so now a friend. Can you hear me, pacho? Hello? Good morning. Maybe. I'm set. So on Tim and Cole. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, you know what? I'm saying he has to try the other line. No, I can't get him. But I'm sure just like you heard from the other callers, and these are the contributions. And then if you hear Mr. Boisia Kon, he's also an MPP member who also contributed his quota. But the line seems to be cutting because it's jammed. Mr. Boisiaku, Nanayao also dropped the line. Unfortunately, we'll try to see if we can get all of them back so they can continue their contribution. I hate it when people don't finish what they're saying and then the line drop. Okay, so we're live on GN Radio, and I'm here to take your concerns about the topics that I shared with you this morning. Okay.
Good, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, Mr. Kofi Ali, I'm very well, thank you. Yourself?
Sorry for the time.
Today we have a bit of time. You can speak at least about 6 minutes at least. That's I believe would do us a favor, please.
Thank you. I'll do my best.
Please. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yesterday we couldn't finish. We seems to take just the center stage of the topic, and it happened to be the crime, the gruesome one who the victim, got buried yesterday according to the Muslim rules. But you have the other Alban Bagbin. We have the power outages, which I realized people seems talking much, and then about borrowing, which, if you have the last caller, seems to say that it's an issue beyond control. All these, any of them, that you can lay bare as to what the problems are.
All the problems are connected. You can't discuss one without connecting it to the other. And I've always insisted that we have a very serious problem, and the problem has to do with our culture. Everything you are saying is about our behavior. The behavior determines our relationship. And the behavior is shaped by our culture. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So if something is wrong with the culture, everything will be wrong with the society at large. So we need to sit back and look at ourselves and ask ourselves exactly what do we want. Let me give you a good example. 3 children, isn't it, kill themselves. Or how many of them?
There's 3 children involved in the whole issue.
Good. They kill these children because they are meant to believe that you can use a human body part for rituals and make money. Is that not true?
It is. 2 people killing one person for rituals, yes.
Good. Now, if you look at our society, do you know that those things are encouraged?
By
you open your television, you open your radio, you open your... If they are not doing it through the church, they are doing it through the mosque. But you see them sitting there, dressed. So they make these things seem real. Now, there's an institution that is supposed to be responsible for making sure that those things, all the information people are getting, are good information. Is that not true?
It is true, sir.
Good. But our misunderstanding of the concept of the freedom of speech and association and expression allow people to sit down and mess up everyone.
Please, those who the man who called, the one who called the WhatsApp line, could you call me back again, please? I'll drop your call if you want to call back, please. Mr. Kufiali, go on, please.
Now, I said the problem is complicated than we are looking at it.
I can see. If I look at the calls coming in this morning, I can tell really complicated.
If you look at it now, do you know that somebody's talking about armed robbers, isn't it?
Somebody talked about armed robbers, yes.
Now, and some are talking about poverty.
That is very basic, yes.
Good. So when you are looking at it, there are so many issues, borrowing and so on. How many people have got identity card in Ghana? With identity card, you can be able to know. You understand?
Yeah.
When people are traveling, police stop you. Who are you?
You want to bring down the volume on your whether your phone or your set, please? I can get.
It's a set now. I'm moving.
Oh, okay. All right. So
yeah, because I promised I'll call. That's why I have to.
We'll manage it. We'll manage it.
Now, when you are giving people identity card, in Ghana we are struggling to even have a consensus whether Ghanaians will have identity card or not. Now there's issue of identity. 90% of the drivers, there is illiteracy. They can't read and write. So their license has a question mark. Accident on the road. The building of the road, you need people to build it. Who are those to build the road? Are we going to build it ourselves, or we're going to borrow money to build it?
Well, we meant to build it ourselves.
So it means our schools. The children from the schools are those who just kill themselves for rituals.
Oh, dear.
So something's wrong with the school. All these things you are looking at. How do we even build our houses? If you arrange houses, because when you want to know where a person lives, the police should be able to visit and confirm.
Yeah.
Where do you live? I live in Nima. Where in Nima, number 26? Which one is that? Can you see? And this poverty-driven failed society has over-replicated itself. When you see people, they don't have them, so they are idling about. Then the devil is a workshop. Where is the mother? The mothers are gone. Where is the father? You don't even know where they all go to. So there is no proper child upbringing. They grow to be the politicians. They grow to be the tribal rulers. They grow to be, and all these people, they are now, the system of poverty is replicating itself. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
So at the end of the day, you are running a rotten failed society. All these things we are talking about, we think it's new. It's not new. It was there before independence.
Okay.
And some of us are saying that it has to do with our culture. What do we want? We need cars. Is that not true?
We do need cars, yes.
What do we need? We need modern houses. We need to build total houses. What do we need? We need trains. What do we need? We need aeroplanes. All these things, for you to meet them, you need to be organized. You cannot make a machine move if you are not organized, everything properly recorded. Everybody knows. Farming, how do we want to farm? Do we want to continue to use cutlass and hoe? Or you want to modernize? This is why we build a university. The teachers have to be properly paid. So it's complicated. We need to sit back, all of us, to ask ourselves, do we want to continue to do things the way our ancestors are doing it? Technically, everybody knows how our ancestors do things. You work. One has to go to farm. You have so many children like slaves. So many wives. This is how they do.
Right.
Do we want to continue that way? We wear rags. Today in Ghana, a police officer can come to work with a cloth a market woman is supposed to be wearing. Yes, they go to parliament. Look at how they dress.
Very topical, ethical issue, man.
You look at how they dress. You don't know whether they are from Saudi Arabia. They say they are Muslim. You don't know whether they are from Jerusalem. They say they are Christian. You don't even know whether they are from the traditional. You have all kinds of confusion. And when we talk, they say it's freedom. We should not just learn to sew and wear suit and tie. You know what they tell us? They say the white man culture. Is it not the white man who's making the aeroplane? Is it not the aeroplane we want to make?
Okay, Mpacho, whoever is just called the Skyline, could you hold on until Mr. Kofi Ali is done, please? Yeah.
So typically, it looks like we are getting our priorities wrong. You understand?
I do understand, sir.
The so-called white man is successful. But when you go to their countries, are we not living in Britain?
We are living in Britain.
For God's sake, when last did you hear armed robbers go and attack somebody?
Nowhere. Nowhere.
So they are not looking for money. When last did you? Do you know that Chris Oyakilome? Have you heard about his name?
I know Chris Oyakilome.
Pastor Chris.
Yes.
Do you know he was fined almost 130,000?
Yes, sir.
For what?
Is it the
COVID?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He was opposing it. Couldn't believe in the vaccination and all that. He thought it was something that some sort of scam, which we have to use our human sense to actually break it down.
So technically, he is becoming anti-society. I don't know Christians here.
There are Christians.
They brought the Christians in the 90s and they worked together and they said, this man, in the name of God, is getting it wrong. Because it's about the society.
Yes.
About what is good. Now, if you are telling the members of your church.
Mr. Oviali, so today I'm giving you enough time. You got 2 minutes, please, so that I've got.
So, what I want to say is,
okay,
the
you wrap
way
up. Yes, summarize it.
Where we come from is totally wrong. We need to sit back and ask ourselves, do we want to continue the ancient time, the Confucian time, to build a hospital and name the hospital the name of a Turkish priest? Or we want the modern one? If we want the modern one, then we need to keep.
Right. That's a very dicey question, anyway. Oh, I think Mr. Kofi Ali is also gone. Okay. Hi, good morning. Pacho, who's got the 227 at the end, please? You're live on air.
Yeah, Doc.
Hello.
Good morning, Doc.
Uncle Joe.
Yeah, okay.
How are they last man standing? It looks like Tambia, you come to wrap us up.
I think. Yeah, because I'm the last born in
wow. You must be a dadaba. Okay, then you're live on you've got the stage.
Yeah, in Chiakes and Koma Wankasa and Etiofina.
Okay.
We used to agree to disagree, especially on the AU issues. And all that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm opposed to it, and he is in for it.
I mean, that's what argument or debate is. I mean, at the end of the day, we have our views.
Yeah, so he's a nice gentleman. So my greetings.
You must have gone through the topics I'm going to send on the pay home, if you saw.
Yeah, but you see, I'm not even going there.
Okay.
I am talking. I'm going to talk about something.
Our Ebapa and then the Magneti will be ready for the lawyers to come in, and you have to be a bit quick.
Yeah, okay. One of your panel members, another your guest, can be about comparing Ghana to UK and all that. We are
with the borrowing issue, Mr.
When issues come, we say by UK, by America, Canada. Look, we have Labour and Conservative in the UK, Lib Dem and all that.
Right.
I don't think they have Lib Dem Association in Ghana or Conservative Association in Ghana or
so it has nothing to do with this.
Lib Dem in Ghana. But we have UK Ireland NDC, UK Ireland MPP, Meboa.
Yes, sir.
Yet, these are the same people when we need hospitals and the government is using the money to rent planes. These are the very same people who are commending the president. Or to UK Ireland, or to y'all say, Bibi the Canada when they, but he is the same person living in Canada or UK. Commending the stupidity that goes on in our country.
Can we tone down the language, please?
Sorry. Excuse my language. I'm sorry for what I did.
And I'm sorry for your temper.
Doctor, yes, thank you very much.
That's
and I'm
fine.
sorry.
That's fine.
But you see, we've gotten to that level. I think some of us, these are the language some of us understand. Because look, George Floyd, who America, George Floyd, Nebuchadnezzar, Libya, Ghana. Yet, a home ministry has organized a funeral for George Floyd. A Ghanaian children are through no fault of theirs. Work on. Yet, president had the luxury to charter a plane and go to watch Champions League football. With that, do you think Boris Johnson would do that? Any day here, Nigeria, any day here, it has taken the whole Home Office secretary to express her condolence. Just one single person. You understand? And then we sit down here and we compare. Yet we are the very people who Doctor, I think at the right time we'll talk.
But one of these days or there, but down we can have a dialogue one-on-one. Have a good weekend.
And congratulations to I saw your listing today. So congrats. That's a mountainous travel partner. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Okay, so this is where we're going to end. Because we're talking till the whole day. I don't know, some of the topics, they seems to be very much sensitive, and so you get a whole lot of topics, people coming in. This program is quite and high intelligential and very elite standard. Thank you for all the gentlemen who come on the show. Like I say, I'll see you hopefully next weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and then we'll be here next weekend, Thursday, Friday, and then we'll see how it goes.